there we go. Now Trevor's on it for the show.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Low Budgets. Yeah, the sun's already starting to go down. We've been running all over this track today. A couple things have been accomplished so far here at Irwindale Speedway. First off,
wiping my ass.
And then what?
And then I had to take a shit.
Okay.
Okay, folks, check this out. This was the first thing and the major thing that we had to accomplish. Now, you weren't along for the ride because it was purely confidential. No. Here's what happened. We were looking for a van. Right. The old one got chewed up, bent up, broken up. Everything that could possibly happen to it happened. And then we went on a fan search. We looked through the salvage yard over at Dave's Auto Dismantling. Went through, found this little number right here. We're like, okay, well, let's check it out. Might as well take it over to the track and try it out. We got it to the track, it didn't work. What happened was, is because we don't have a spacer. The last one had a clutch fan on it, but
which got demolished.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that going out is the big issue. Of course, other than that, the blades were really gnarred up too. We had to find an adapter. We could not find anything close for an adapter.
And again, folks, an adapter is this piece right here. That's it's basically it's a spacer. It gives space between the fan and the belts and everything else. Very important. Well, we got help.
We thanks to Mike Atkinson, the race director here at Irwindale Speedway. He said, I have a few of those. I don't know if it'll work, but I'll dig through them. Sure enough, one worked.
Yep.
And it's on. It's locked and loaded. We got to get a new pulley. This guy is bent up, as you saw in the last time. Now, let's go to my car.
Yeah. Speaking of Dave's Auto,
Dave supplied us with another fan too. This bad boy is locked and loaded on that car as well.
You can see it's dusty.
It's a little dusty, but hey.
Now yours didn't need the spacer, and we can show why. These fans are built differently.
Clutch fan has somewhat of a spacer on it, so it's bolted up, ready to rock and roll.
Now, some people might be wondering, why is a fan important? Now, obviously, they're in all these older cars especially, but they're in these cars. What do they do? I mean, you have a radiator. Doesn't that just keep it cool?
Absolutely. Here's the difference. On some of the newer cars, if you were to go home and look at your car, with time came technology, and with technology also came smarter graduates, and the old way has gone away. Now, if I can open up your hood, well, check this out.
Graduates.
There's no fan on this machine.
There's no fan.
It also helps that the motor is turned completely sideways. But what they did for the newer cars is add an electric fan bolted onto the radiator, and these fans spin when the computer registers that, oh, this car needs to cool down, or in a lot of cases, sometimes they just cool on as soon as you turn the car on. A lot of the times it is battery operated or computer sensed.
Yeah, so these older cars are actually built onto the belt system that runs the power steering, that runs the water cooling, everything.
Water pump, power steering, like you said, alternator. It all bolts, together by belts. And as soon as you turn the car on, as soon as it's running, that fan is turning to keep the radiator cool when you're at idle and stuff. Now, of course, you don't need a fan running when you're driving on the road going, 60 miles an hour, because you've got constant airflow. But when you're at the stoplight or the stop sign or in traffic, that's when you got no airflow through your radiator, and that's where it gets hot. So, old school, just keep the fan running with steel blades. New school, electronic fans, and those things are operated off your battery and your everything else, electrical system.
So ladies and gentlemen, the date today is September 25th, 2013. That means at the end of today, we have exactly 1 month until we have to be entirely ready with all 7 cars for Night of Destruction. Are we gonna be able to get it all done? There's only one way to find out. A lot of work is ahead of us. We got some work that we're gonna do tonight. What time is it, Tommy?
9:30. 9:30 in the PM Pacific Module time zone.
But we're gonna try to get a couple of these cars ready today, possibly to the point of being fired up. A lot of work. Now, I don't know if I've made it clear. However, there's one big thing between now and Night of Destruction. I just graduated recently as an engineer.
Boo! It's more fun to be uneducated than educated, right? Or wrong? You wouldn't know. You wouldn't know. I'm out of here. You do it all by yourself.
I just recently graduated as an engineer from UCI, which means I am right now working on taking the FE. For any engineers you would know, this is pretty much the fundamentals of engineering exam. That exam is on the day of Night of Destruction, which means not only am I going to be tearing it up on the track, I'll also be very calmly writing things down, right?
Can an engineer do something like this?
A Boy Scout can.
And you're one of those too.
One of those too.
Oh man.
These cars need to be ready about a week before Night of Destruction. That's going to be the aim. You're going to see us have this really tight schedule of trying to get stuff done, hopefully 2 times a week meeting up, because we have other things to do, like live. Really, we say that things have to be ready by October 26th. Realistically, things have to be ready by October 19th. It's going to be wild. It's going to be exciting. And if we get to this point, you're going to see some madness. And I'm hoping that everything's, I'm hoping that everything's good to go for you guys. So thank you again joining me here on the AC Race Best channel. Again, this is associated with Low Budget TV. October 26th here at Irwindale Speedway. If you live or visit Southern California, you're around on a Saturday, look us up, www.irwindalespeedway.com. I work here, so I might as well plug the place. Yeah, check it out. We have a lot of fun on most Saturdays. So we went to a Pet Boys, went to an O'Reilly Auto Parts, and one interesting thing that we're seeing, or beginning to have an issue with, is first off, these pulleys right here that we pulled off are like non-existent.
Ass can. Sometimes these cars can be such a headache. It's because when you go and run into boats, like him and I did, that's where the headache starts, because then you got to find the pieces and parts, and it can be a headache, as you've seen now.
The first step in changing a belt or replacing a belt is to be sure the engine is turned off.
That's right.
Unleash the anger. So we're now putting in the new radiator. This thing was picked up also at Dave's Auto, so a big thank you to him.
I don't even know where that went. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah, play with my hose.
And a screwdriver paid off. The screwdriver.
I have a feeling this radiator is just gonna fall out during the show.
Why?
My car eats it for breakfast.
So the hose clamps go on.
Someone stole my radiator cap on this radiator.
Already?
Yep.
Tommy, what's going on?
We are going to be filling this radiator. As you can see, I've made a mess, so we're gonna have Jeffrey hold the funnel there, and I'm gonna be pouring. We'll see how this works. Of course, the radiator that goes in the car, or one of them that we get, happens just to be a little cockeyed, so nothing wrong with that. All we ask for is as long as it holds water and doesn't spit anything back at us, you know, eventually. Put some in there and fill it up. And where's it good?
The funnel's working.
Yep.
You got it. Okay.
I think we poured a little too fast too soon.
Let's get her done.
Let's get her done.
Aren't you supposed to put water in when you're filling it up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always put water in when you're filling it up. Oh, way off. Oh, way off. Oh, yeah. It's thirsty, okay?
Whoa! So this car theoretically hasn't really been running, excuse me, this car really hasn't been running since the trailer race that you guys all saw. This could be the first running car of the big cars. Uh-oh! God be my witness, but you look good.